TitleMatchNetwork.com.
A lot of good company. You worked a little bit with Grand Wizard. Memories of Ernie.
Oh, brother! Oh, God, I love him so much. I knew Ernie, you know, from the Sheik, because he was the Sheik's manager, and at this time when I got to New York, then he was the Grand Wizard, and he was there full time. And they had Blassie there, and they had Captain Albano. They had the best managers in the world, you know. And
you actually teamed with Blassie, I think, one time, right?
Pardon me?
Did you team with Blassie maybe one time?
Oh yeah, I did. I sure did. Yes, I did. Very good, man. Very, very knowledgeable. And then before that, Pretty Boy Bobby Heenan managed me. So I had the best managers ever in the world. So they all helped, you know. And,
right.
But yeah. So they when I switched with Strongbow, and that's when they gave me him, and they teamed after I had my run with him, and then we did I had a run with Pedro Morales, and at Boston we had 2 big shots in the Garden, man, and different places. But then he teamed me up with Beautiful Bobby. Now I'm not talking about Beautiful Bobby Eden. I'm talking about Beautiful Bobby Harmon.
Yep.
You know, brother. So one time, Ernie, I'll tell you a great story. Ernie says, you know, I'm going to try something. And I already okayed it with you know, Vince. He says, nobody's ever come out to music. Now, this was like 1971. And he says, years ago, he remembers that Gorgeous George came out to music once or twice on TV, never in an arena.
Right.
And he says, and he came out to Pops and Circumstance or whatever, that music that like you're graduating music. It was just something. And so he says, I'm going to play this on this cassette, you know, and have them play that, you know, on the speaker in Madison Square Garden. So we were the first to come out to music, and boy, music makes you, you know, we were bad guys, but I seen that and I never forgot it. And so a little later on, I always remember Ernie telling me, and we did, and we came out to a few, but it wasn't right for a heel at that time because the people, man, they want to move. And so when I went to Memphis, I know we're going to get to it, but when I went to Memphis, Jimmy Hart, we cut a couple records on me, and he cut a couple with Lawler, and I started coming out to music first there, and because I remember that, see, in the late 70s, and of course I was a heel, and man, I mean, I was a baby face, and man, the people, boy, and I started dancing, and that sort of set up later on for the Boogie Woogie, man. But
right,
but I don't want to get ahead of you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, so back in WWF, when you challenged Pedro Morales, he was the top guy right there, and you got to work a lot with him. What was he like behind the scenes and as a worker? And I mean, the fans were really into Pedro. So were you ever nervous with getting too much heat on him?
You know, of course. You know, brother. You know, God bless. You know, the Latins. You know, they're so hot-blooded, man, and great fans, and you know, I'm telling you, it was a rough deal. Me and Johnny, we came out. We wrestled with. In Springfield, Mass, complete sellout, man, and we wrestled Pedro and Victor Rivera, and they were the number 1 and 2 baby faces, right, man. You know, WWWF in the 70s, and so Pedro, you know, just like Bruno did. It wasn't for he wore the belt out and everything, but it was just they were going after our belts, me and Johnny, and I'm telling you, brother, that crowd was just solid, and man, you know, people. Hey, I got stabbed. I got coffee thrown on me.
Cars probably destroyed.
Oh my goodness! Oh, they tried to burn you. Sitting there, they smoked in the ring.
Yeah.
They burn you with your cigarette. That's just going to the ring, you know.
Yeah.
And I got cut that night coming out. coming out, man. And I talk it in my, I tell a lot of these stories in my autobiography, but coming out, and the police is around us, but still they get you, they sucker you, and I'm gonna tell you, and them cops, they're tough too, boy. They would jerk them guys, and oh, I seen them just work them over. Bro.
Right.
Philadelphia cops, they were the toughest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Boy, they wouldn't play, man. They wouldn't play. But Pedro, he was really put together, man, and he was really a great champion, man, great champion, and really solid, man, really solid, and boy, he was just put them arms and worked out hard and looked good, looked the part, and he would always, for his finish, he'd always shoot you in first, and as you come up, boy, he'd give you that breadbasket pop, with
Yep.
boom, he'd sidestep you and hit you, and he would hit me right here where knocks the wind out, the bread right here every time. And now here's my shot with him, and and I'm not going to say nothing to him. I'm not going to say nothing in the office, because, brother, that's what you're there for, to work with the champ, because you're making big money.
Right.
There's no more money than working with the champ, and I got a real good run going. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, he shot me in and he got me. Now he got me 2 nights in a row, and he's just killing me right here. And I says, okay. And because he really puts it together, brother. And I says, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to shoot in as I come off, because I know he's going to do this. Rob, I says, at the last minute, I'm going to go just up in the air a little, not jump, but just sort of go up so he get me right here, right in the middle, right, where you could take it. And when he did, and I did, at the very last minute, he adjusted, boom, hits me right here. I said, okay, that's cool. Okay, next night, I says, what I'm going to do this time, shoot me in. This is so funny. And at the last minute, Rob, when I get to him, instead of going up or straight ahead, I'm going to go down, and maybe he'll sort of hit me in the chest here or something. Boom, shoot me in, and he's there, and as I go at the last minute, I drop, boom, he adjusts, got me again. I said, it don't matter. Come get me, baby, every night. I just right at him, brother.
Right.
Boom. You take it, because that paycheck, man, is all about that jack, man. I'm trying to feed my family and do it, and because I knew it wouldn't last long. Because right behind me, here comes Stasiak, and man, he's going to get his shots, and in fact, Stasiak took the belt from him. I was there.
You teamed with him in 6-mans too, I believe, right? You actually teamed up with Stan.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Oh, you bet, oh brother, yeah. He had that good punch, man, and he's great guy.
Ernie
man.
Ladd was there too. Eddie Graham.
You bet. Oh my goodness, yeah.
And of course, Eddie went down to Florida and opened up, down in Florida. So we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.